All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys are doing amazing. Been a while since you've heard from me. So let's just get right into this. I don't like wasting time. In this video, we're going to be talking about the monthly time frames. Stay for it. We're only going to talk about 4 charts, so stay for the whole thing, okay? That's all I'm asking you. Let's talk about 4 charts talking about the monthly time frame. New month just opened up in the last 7 days. I haven't produced a video in about 5 days, so this is going to be more of a higher time frame analysis. So let's start with pound USD. Quickly remove that. I restarted the video, so that's why I had those lines. This is my monthly demand zone, and that is my monthly supply zone. We can see prices created a drop-based drop, and price is currently inside this drop-based rally demand zone. Now, one thing, let's talk about this right now. This demand zone has been tested one time right here, 2 times, and now gone in for that third time. But let's talk about the quality for a second. Notice the first time prices came back down to this demand zone, it just touched it and came straight out right away. And look how far prices went. All right, now let's talk about the second time. Price came down, tested it, it went deeper into the zone. So we could assume that prices have to go deeper into the zone in order to find the next stack of buy orders. Prices came back down deeper into the monthly demand. It rocketed out, and look how far it went. It did not nearly go as high as this previous one. Prices went up this far and now came back down. And look at this. This is coming down for that third test now. And look what we created. A drop-based drop going into the zone, which is never a good idea. We're talking about profit margin. There's no profit margin between these two zones. This strong candle closed very strong. Look at the previous times it touched it. Once, came straight out. Twice, came straight out. Third time, it closed very deep into this monthly demand zone. So we know that there's a big stack of sell orders here. And let's think about it. There's also big Brexit news coming out in the next, I think in 20 days or something like that. Big Brexit news. So this could be the level that finally breaks this demand zone and continues down to this shitty pound pair. All right, let's talk about the next one. New Zealand USD. This is the monthly demand zone that I have marked out on my chart, and then this is the monthly supply zone. So this is definitely better profit margin to work with. Not so great, but it's compared to the pound USD, it is a lot better. This zone has been tested, depending on how you want to draw it. If you want to draw it from wick to wick, it's been tested once, twice, 3 times. Now it's gone down for that fourth time into this monthly demand zone. So we're still into this monthly demand zone. It has not broken it yet. We did close very convincingly, hard into it. It's not like it was just a touch like all the previous times. It closed very far down, deep into it. So this is definitely still an area where I would want to be looking for buying opportunities. But I want to be aware that this level has been tested multiple times and it has closed very deep into it. So any buying down here, this is the last straw for any buyers to step in before this supply zone gets before this demand zone gets broken. Sorry, I always get those mixed up sometimes. As for supply, this is definitely an area where I'd want to be looking for swing trades and position trades up here. As for now, I would want to see those smaller time frames being removed. We go to the weekly, we still have this supply zone in control. Okay, so just a quick analysis with that. Let's talk about Euro New Zealand. This is a good one that I just posted on Twitter. This was the momentum line that it broke. It broke upward momentum line. It removed demand zone. So we know that we are sitting inside this monthly supply zone. Now, does that mean that prices is going to work 100%? No, it doesn't. But if I'm a position trader or a swing trader, I definitely do want to be aware that price is sitting into this monthly supply zone. There was actually, I believe, trade setups on this. Let's go to the daily and talk about this for a second. This was a daily supply zone. Oh, I remember there was this guy that messaged me too, and I was going to talk about USD yen too. So let's talk about that. This was a trade setup that I know people were watching. I was watching too. Prices broke this upward momentum line. Oops, let me redo that. Prices broke that upward momentum line. We removed all demand down here. We're sitting in monthly supply. We got confirmation. So what I did is I went to the 4-hour. And I saw this zone right here at the very extreme. This was the zone that I was watching. But the reason why I didn't take it is because the arrival. I did not like these demand zones being formed going up into my supply zone. So this is what pulled my trade entry. I always say no profit margin, no trade. Now if we compare this exact same level to this exact same level, this is the supply zone. Notice how that USD yen had poor arrival. This one also had very poor arrival, but this one worked. I had this, I know in the free Discord chat that I had for a bit, we talked about this exact supply zone. Why? We are sitting into daily supply here. We broke this upward momentum line. This would be the momentum line. So we knew that there were a stack of sell orders in here, and if we wanted to short, we would want to sell at the extreme. We were all eyeing this supply zone, but we did not like the arrival. This is when I say no profit margin, no trade. Sure enough, it did work. It absolutely crushed anything demand in here. But then the Euro New Zealand one that I was watching, it's the exact same setup, but this one didn't work. Shitty arrival, not the arrival we want, and prices broke through it and then started to turn. He wanted to know quickly about the daily candles. We would not call this area up here daily supply. Why? Because of this wick right here. Notice this wick before prices went all the way down. Prices had to go up, stop them out, if anything. Prices had to search for the big stack of sell orders and then drop. So this is no structure of daily supply. This is the daily supply right here, based on our rules. Okay, as for demand, we don't have fresh demand till down here. And we're now in that downtrend. Okay, we talked about Euro New Zealand. Once again, we're sitting in that monthly supply zone up here. Very good monthly supply zone. So any swing trades I would look to take up in here. Let's quickly talk about pound yen now. Pound yen, it's almost the exact same. These are just levels that are in big monthly supply and demand zones that should be on your chart, right? And this is the monthly supply zone. So drop base drop, and price is currently reacting off of this drop base rally demand zone tested. So this would be your profit margin. I would want to be looking for sells up here and buys down here. You can see prices have been working off of all this supply right now. This is where I would create the whole supply zone, because we had this basing candle, this drop base drop before the whole drop. So that is the whole zone that I would mark out. As for demand, I would leave it the same as in monthly demand is down here. Okay, that pretty much wraps it up. One thing I just want to talk about is, so far in the Discord group, the private group, you guys have absolutely been killing it. Great. Thanks very much. There's like 29 of you that joined so far. If you guys are interested in getting the 5 free odds enhancers, we trade with probabilities. Just hit the subscribe button and you'll get them. You'll get the free weekly newsletter too. I don't spam people. It's once a week. It's quality information. It's a lot of the stuff that I send out in the newsletter is stuff that we talk about in the Discord group, and it's like quality content. So if you guys want to sign up and then just message me saying, hey, can I get the first week's newsletter? I sent it out 2 days, like yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago. If you guys want that, just let me know, and then I'll resend it out to the people that asked. Okay, if you guys want that, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, you guys know what to do. Just don't hesitate to message me. I'll get back to them ASAP, okay? Thank you very much for listening. I will have another tips video also coming out on Friday talking about trend analysis and stuff like that. And I'm probably going to do another analysis regarding charts on something like that, and probably tomorrow or the next day. And then I'll release the tips video on Friday. Okay? So that's it. Enjoy the week. Bye. Cheers.